And it feels good, so good. Coming back again, rising above, fear and this pain, letting go.
Welcome to Bounce Around Savannah, where positive people are doing positive things. This evening, I'm so excited to welcome Mr. Ted Cellini to our broadcast. He's very active in our community. Most importantly, we're going to talk about your connection to the United Way. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
But tell me, you do so many good things throughout the community. We love those people. What made you decide to become a part of the United Way?
Well, I came down here in 2008 to South University. I'm the campus president there, and got involved in the United Way. It goes back many years. My mom started the United Way in rural upstate New York.
Wow.
1972. So I've been involved in the United Way since almost the day I was born. We used to answer the phone downstairs based on that United Way, and so when I came down here, it just made a natural fit to get involved in the United Way.
Well, we are so glad that you are involved with them. You have an interesting title on an interesting committee that I've never heard of before. You're on the campaign cabinet. What exactly is that?
Sure. The campaign cabinet, so I'm the chair of the campaign cabinet and also the chair of the fundraising arm of the United Way this year. That's 50 individuals that come together and volunteer their time to work with employee campaign giving and workplace strategies. We work with corporate donors, we work with individual donors, we work with workplace donors. So there's really an opportunity for this culmination of leaders in our community to help guide the United Way's fundraising efforts.
And of course, we know the United Way is one of the most popular charities anywhere. Remind people about the good works that you all do.
Absolutely. So the United Way last year raised nearly $9 million to help 63 agencies and 100 programs. And so it's a really unique charity. Our United Way here locally is funded by the Herschel V. Jenkins Fund, which means 100% of the donations go directly to need.
That is wonderful.
So there's no overhead, and that's something that really makes this United Way stand out. There's only about 5 of them in the country that have something similar to that.
Well, that is really great to know, because so often we give to charities not realizing that 30 or 40% sometime is going toward those operational costs, so it doesn't get to the people.
Right, and it's zero with our United Way.
Well, speaking of the people, you all help so many. It almost seems like you're treating our community who's in need from the cradle to the grave.
Well, I think the agencies that the United Way supports through their grant funding is really unique because they look at a holistic person. And so the story you'll hear today from Kia, she was helped by many different agencies. And I think one of the things that the United Way here does is really does wraparound services. So one agency can refer to another agency and really help the person holistically, not that individual impact on one thing, but really look at the person as a whole and bring the services that they need to that person. And they do that one by one.
What I love about, too, when you give to the United Way, you all have how many agencies now?
There are 63 agencies and 100 programs.
Wow, that we could actually designate where we want our money to go. So then you once you get those funds, you distribute them to those 63 or more agencies and programs.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll take that out there and we'll distribute those funds based on the program's allocations. They'll fund each individual program. They'll do assessments on those, so the community impact is really there. And you know, it's hundreds of thousands of people in our community that are being impacted by the funds raised by the United Way.
That is really outstanding. Now, you have a big date coming up in September, the big kickoff. Tell me about that.
September 7th. It's the largest kickoff in the state of Georgia, and that includes some of our bigger metropolitan areas. So we're excited about that. About 1,200 people come to the Civic Center, and we really kick off and make the announcement of what our fundraising goal will be. And I'm very excited about that. You can get tables, individual tickets, so we look to really drive participation in the kickoff.
And this is usually at the Civic Center from about 11 to 1:30?
Yes, 11. I'd say 11 to 2. I'll probably be there a little bit longer given the busy day. But yes, it's a lunchtime meeting, if you will, to really kick off and announce that we're ready to go for this year's campaign.
And it's a really exciting, it's not just a meeting, it's a lot of excitement. You all, these are well produced, and we meet a lot of the people who have been served by the United Way. Give people an idea of what they will see there if they've never been before.
So you'll see some success stories. You know, this is really about touching people's lives, and we want to do that one at a time. So we really look through the success stories from the United Way and the agencies to find out what impact is out there, and we want to tell that story. You'll hear things about what the United Way does globally, whether that's 211, it's a referral line that you can call if you're in assistance, whether it's professional development and young leadership development, whether that's community impact, volunteering, or just advocating. So we're going to talk through all the things the United Way does, because I think it's really important to talk through the impact globally.
I think it's really amazing what you all do, and the number of people, it's probably countless, that you all help every single day.
And you'll see that in a story today. You're going to talk to one individual that was impacted by 8 different agencies in her time of need. And so that counts as one impacted life for us, but really it's a culmination of what our agencies and what the United Way does well.
Well, that's really great. We're going to meet that dynamic young lady in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to Bounce Around Savannah. I'm so excited about Miss Kia Jest, who certainly knows the value of the United Way. She's here with us now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you were from Savannah.
I'm from Savannah.
And you fell on some hard times. Tell us about what was going on with you before you contacted the United Way.
Okay, before coming to United Way and the Chatham Apprentice Program, I was battling an addiction. I also had a criminal background. So those were certain barriers that I had that I couldn't get ahead because of those. So,
but we also want to remind people, though, that this happened to you because of another tragedy. It wasn't like all of a sudden one day you decided you're going to use drugs.
Right, right. So, yeah, you're right.
So then you were out there kind of floundering after you were released.
Right, I was out there floundering, and I decided, look, I'm tired. I want to make a 360-degree turn, and that day that I made that conscious decision that this was it, I remember going to Salvation Army, and I got my first brown bag of groceries. And from there, I got my first voucher. That voucher was for clothing because all I had was the clothes on my back.
Wow.
I knew I needed a job, so they gave me a voucher. I got clothes to get a job. And from there, I knew I needed an ID. Social apostolates was there to help. And so I got that ID, and I remember getting my first job after being clean. It was at a restaurant making $2.13 an hour plus tips. So from there I was like, this isn't going to work because I know I wanted a house, I wanted a home, I wanted a car.
You wanted to just have a regular life.
Yes. So I decided to get 2 jobs. So I'm working 2 jobs, tired, and going through school part-time. So I'm working 2 jobs, going to school part-time, and it was a struggle with, I was exhausted, I was tired. Many times I woke up crying because I just had to work a double shift during the day. Left my dog at home, dog missing me.
Right.
You know, but seriously, I was exhausted, I was tired. I never knew that it would be one day that I would have that one job that I'm able to pay all my bills. So like I said, I was living paycheck to paycheck, disconnect notice to disconnect notice. Remember, I remember going back to the Salvation Army, and they helped me with one of my utility bills. Needless to say, that was my last time I ever getting help financially because I was on my journey as far as wanting to be independent. So.
And your story is so like so many people around us. Once you are convicted of a crime, many people don't realize that it's almost like you continue to pay for the rest of your life. It's really sad that you are not able to get a job when you want to work. There are many people out there who don't want to work, and here you were. You really wanted to be productive and be a great citizen. Right,
I really did, and I struggled. I struggled a lot in trying to get that one job. So further. After that, the Chatham Apprentice Program was like this sunshine over the horizon after the storm. And I remember going into the program, and the people there was awesome. The teachers was awesome. I learned how to, I was empowered. I got my resume building skills. I learned how to be professional, how to talk in an interview. It was awesome. From there, I landed my job at Old Town Trolley Tours, so I'm a conductor today, and that job I'm making twice as much as I would have been making with both of the jobs connected. So plus tips. So it's and I got dental plan, I got health plan. I never knew that I would ever have this job that I can actually have 401k, you know, benefits. You know, I never knew that I would be able to get my choppers done.
That is amazing.
But yeah.
It really is. So tell me about, so you've mentioned the Chatham apprenticeship program as well as the Salvation Army. There was another program that helped you as well, right?
First, I want to thank them all. I want to thank United Way. I want to thank Chatham Apprentice Program. I want to thank Consumer Crediting, Georgia Legal. They cleaned my background, some issues on my background. They was able to help. Consumer Crediting, I'm actually preparing to get a home, so I'm not stopping here.
That is wonderful. So tell everybody about the incredible impact the United Way has made on your life.
Well, my life has changed. It was like they was holding my hand through this whole journey of recovery. They was there. I mean, the resources was there. They just held my hand through the whole time, and it's a beautiful feeling to know that someone is out there, someone really cares.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. You are a brave lady, and we wish you continued success for the rest of your life and then some.
Yes, you can have me back.
Okay, there we go. There we go. We'll do a follow-up story. See,
Yes.
we'll do one of those then and now kind of stories.
Yes.
But you are a beautiful lady. I'm so
Thank
happy
you.
that the United Way was able to help you in
Yes.
that way. And that's one thing that we try to make sure people realize, that it's there for you, but many times people don't realize these amazing, valuable programs that are actually here in our community for you. Thank you all both for being here. We appreciate it. And we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome to Bounce Around Savannah, where positive people are doing positive things. One of those positive things is learning about your financial future. It's a great day here as I introduce Brenda Ponder of the New Life Apostolic Temple and Mrs. Tina Browning of the Queensboro National Bank. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
And what a great partnership to see the church and the bank come together to help people all over our community.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, you know, Ms. Ponder, I'm going to start with you because often we hear churches not just meeting on Sunday or Bible study, but they're all trying to do something in the community, and we hear about helping the homeless and giving out food and clothes or books,
Yes,
but rarely do we hear the church being proactive when it comes to finances.
Right, absolutely. Well, my pastor, Elder John Anderson, he has a heart for the people. He wants us to try to change a mindset in terms of financial management. And one of the things we're trying to do is help people to get out of debt, learn how to manage their own finances, understand credit, you know, and so forth. And he actually, our church was founded in 2006, the New Life Apostolic Temple. He was pastoring for about 11 years. And we got a loan. We're actually in a building project.
Okay.
And that's how we kind of got connected to Queensboro. They were the ones that gave us the loan when no one else would, to start this building project. And the church is beautiful. It's out there located on 5708 Howard Falls Road. And it's coming along real well. And we're expecting to move in the new sanctuary in October. Yes.
I think what's really wonderful about that is that people always come to the bank looking for a loan or anything, but it's so rare, honestly, that a lot of banks are reaching out and trying to really give them a lesson that everybody needs. It's going to make everybody a healthier and a better citizen because you're not afraid of your money.
Well, you know, I'm sorry, Darn.
Go on.
One of the things I wanted to mention was that we were thinking about these same kind of classes, financial classes, trying to train our people, not just our members, but also the community. This is open to the public. Anyone can come. And as a matter of fact, we invite the public to come and attend these seminars. We've been promoting them and pushing them, flyers and so forth. But one of the things we want, we were thinking about it, and then I didn't realize that the Queensboro Bank offered all of the same classes that we were
thinking about doing anyway.
Right. Understanding credit, budget, and all
That's
so
wonderful.
forth.
But Ms. Browning, I really want to commend Queensboro because there are a lot of banks out there. We can choose from a lot of them, but we really don't hear a lot of them who are actively in the community promoting good financial etiquette and education. It's interesting how we all are taught to get a job and perhaps get somewhere to live, but very seldom are we really taught from the beginning about the value of that money, no matter how little you make.
And Don, the reason why that Queensboro, we want to differentiate ourselves. You know, we're the largest community bank in the state of Georgia now. We have over 25 locations all over the state. And one of the great things about it is our CEO, his passion is making sure that our community understands finances, the stewardship, and also with predatory lending, some of the things our military wives go through, our whole community in a whole needs this program because we wanted to make sure that we just not only got the children, but we also work with adults. So this is a 3-part program that's free. And you don't have to bank with us. We offer this to make sure that the community, it's our way of giving back as a community bank.
That sounds wonderful. So let me tell you, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about that program and all the others that you all are doing and this great church you're a member of. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Bounce Around Savannah, where we're learning more about a wonderful partnership between a church and a bank. And you all are really making a difference together in our community with some financial classes that have been going on throughout the year.
And Dawn, we offer 8 classes. One of the biggest one that we really focus on is understanding credit, because a lot of people don't really understand, or maybe they're a little afraid just to dive in there and see, what do I need to do? One of the things that we really focus on is working with our employers. We do the adult financial literacy with working through the employers, offering it to their employees at no cost. So we go in there, we have lunch and learns, but we also go in there with those workshops either before, during, or after hours. We fit it to them. And basically they get a workshop notebook. In this notebook they have everything that they need here. And these 8 modules, everything from understanding credit even to retirement is important. But our most popular is understanding credit. And some of the stories, when you're standing there and here you have this person that's saying, Tina, when I first started, this was what my credit score was. 3 months later, she comes to me right in this workshop. She's got tears in her eyes, and Dawn, she says, Tina, look at this. And I went, oh, well, you're getting there.
Cell phone. She had
You're getting there.
So the credit number has improved.
It not only improved, she can buy a home now. And that was her hope. She never thought she could face that. It brought tears to my eyes, and she hugged me, and I had to share that. Those are just some of the stories. We even give them a little Queensboro, it's called My Financial Priorities. So through budgeting, Dawn, sometimes we have our wants, and then we have our needs. What is the difference? Well, if you're like me, you walk into Walmart for one thing, Dawn, and you come out with 10, but we told them, look, just snap that. Is it a want or is it a need?
Well, throughout this year, you all have had a wonderful partnership, and you've been meeting every month.
The 3rd Tuesdays of each month, started in April. April through October.
That's correct.
And the 3rd Tuesdays at 7 p.m. from 7 p.m. till 8:30.
And it's a different lesson every month.
Right. Each month is a different lesson, and it's just been tremendous. I mean, we also feed them a little refreshments after for those that are coming directly from work. They can just come straight there to 7. But it's been really rewarding, I'd say.
So you have another big event coming up on September 19th. Are these at the church, right?
Yes, at the church.
On retirement.
That's right. One of the things we want to focus on is a lot of people in their retirement age, they wait until then to really understand it. Again, we have such a multi-level age group there. It's nice to work through the ones that say, well, Tina, I worked here for a while. I need to roll this over. How do I do it? Or maybe I'm investing in a certain way and I need to know because I'm in those retirement years. So we want to work through those different areas, and we really cater it. We let open questions to make sure that we have that format for them so they get all their question answered. They leave with value.
And this is every third Tuesday at the church from 7 o'clock.
And we want teenagers to come. If they have a job, we want them there because to learn about this. They don't have to wait till they get old to learn about retirement. I think they need to start now. You know, credit and all of that. They need. We want them there.
And that really is the mistake that most people make. I mean, especially this day and time, they think they're going to live forever, which we did when we were young too. But I think our parents were more about buy into the system of where you're working. So I was actually saving for retirement since I was 22. But I hear so many of my peers who I'm fine. I'll do that when I'm 30, 35. That you're wasting a lot of years.
Absolutely.
And if you catch them while they're young. So here's what we do as a bank. We have a coloring book that is really nice. The coloring book goes through just introducing them to the bank at a lower age, working through, and it has a little workshop in here that they can go through. And then we have what's called IQ Junior. That's actually teaching them in the high schools. Now again, we have many programs out in the high schools, but this is a little different. We really break it down to simple learning. What are they going to do when they walk in a bank? Who are they going to meet? But what is a debit card? What is a credit card? And making sure they understand before they go to college in those college years how important their finances are, and protecting themselves, their credit, and that Social Security number, everything about them they need to learn. So we're passionate about making sure that our youth are taken care of. They're our future.
That's right. Well, it's so important for everybody to at least check out what you all have. Do you have a website or anything with the schedule? How do people get involved?
They can get involved by, number one, I would like to provide this RSVP number, 901-338-2236, or in the church address is 5708 Howard Falls Road, Savannah, and 31406. And you can just call that number, 901-338-2236, for the seminars. And you can find out all the information you need to know on the financial management seminars.
Well, thank you all so much for what you do. I hope you all do this again next year, because I'm sure a lot of people are benefiting. And we'll do our best to make sure that people know about it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for Bounce Around Savannah. Please make sure you tune in next Monday night at 7:30 right here on Bounce TV. Good night, everyone.